eminent personalities will be the speakers of the session. A hearty and a warm welcome to all the ladies. Professor Jyothsna Tirunagari, a distinguished political strategist, social advocate, academician, a multifaceted career spanning over 2 decades. As the national spokesperson for the Telangana party, she plays a vital role in articulating the party's vision, policies across Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Her extensive experience in academia, corporate finance, and grassroots activism positions her as a leading voice in South Indian politics. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Jyothsna Tirunagari. May we have you on the stage, madam.
Ma'am, CM sir came this morning. He said, I want to do this for Telangana, I want to do this, nothing is like, they're not letting me, they're not going to let it become 5 trillion, they're not going to let my state go ahead. And you guys are helping them in the center by being in power. Yeah, ally, you're an India ally. And that you are in this classic confluence of federalism versus center. When you support the center, you are being accused of not doing the right thing for Telangana. And I don't know how that is helpful when you see that if you become central, you're against federalism. If you are big, so how do you react to his comments really?
Chetan, I think I should probably pity them, I would say. I would say pity them. I would say I'll pity them. I'll tell you why. Because what's the meaning of federalism? True meaning of federalism. See, you're seeing me here as Jyothsna. I represent myself. I have a unique attire for myself. I have a unique nature for myself. And I represent my state. I represent my culture. I represent my entire, ethnicity and everything. So definitely if I'm coming here to ABP Summit, I'm here representing as myself. I'm not representing you and I'm not, aap mein mil nahi gaye hum log. I am what I am. And I'm here to be vocal, talk about my rights, talk about my state. That is true federalism, as simple as that, if you have to put it across. And if you're, agar aaj CM ne bole hain ki, I can't do this, I can't do that, probably, sorry boss, you are inefficient probably. I don't know. When other CMs can get it done, if you're not getting it done, something is wrong with you. It's not nothing wrong with the center as such. And again, see.
But he needs center's approval for certain big changes.
I'll tell you one thing, sir. I'll tell you one thing, Chetan. See, yesterday we got an approval for Amaravati railway line in Andhra Pradesh. Why did it happen? Because we put across the proper, funding, the entire project plan. We put across what was needed for the state, what the state would do, what the center is expected to do, and we had a leader who could put it across properly to the center. And it's not about we being a part of center. It's about how you put across your point to the center. And again, why did the entire point of federalism come? We have been seeing it, whether it is DMK or TDP for that instance, both of our parties, if you take, what was the requirement for our birth? Why did TDP take birth? Simple. We were, the voice of Telugus. Because we had to have a party which would represent the thought process of Telugus, which would safeguard the rights of Telugus, the interests of Telugus, which would stand by them and which would talk about them. That's the reason TDP came into existence. That's the reason Honorable ex-Chief Minister N.T. Ramarao Garu got TDP into existence. And we still see it. And today, when we have our Honorable Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu talk about Andhra Pradesh, he talks about what is the requirement for the state. He doesn't talk about communities, he doesn't talk about religions, he doesn't talk about any other thing. He talks about technology, he talks about what the state needs, he talks about what is the requirement of the state and what the center, up to what extent the center can help us and up to what extent we can help the center. See, earlier it was the thing, Chetan, we would say, I think Babu Garu used to say, Naidu ji used to say all the time, think globally, act locally. He would always say that. Now, I think we have to change it as think globally and also act globally, because we are in a world where we have to act globally. We have to link ourselves to what's happening across the world.
You know, women and career is a classic debate, classic issue. Every women's conference about that. Work-life balance for women who want careers. Now, politicians' career is the toughest career in terms of the time demands. Even the CM sir said today, nobody wants a part-time politician. You either are full-time or you're not. Now, therefore, you're supposed to be full-time politicians, but you're all mothers, you're all having families. Do you feel, one, honestly, guilty when you do politics, or as your domestic home stuff is concerned? And how do you balance it? It's just some advice for some girl out there who will be watching this and thinking, I also want to join politics. So maybe what?
Okay. All points covered, Shamaji. For the first time, I think I should accept what you say. But again, at the same time...
I will make you guys agree on something.
Good, Chetan. But again, I'll tell you one thing. What's different with women politicians? Women are in other professions too. They have problems there also. So women in any profession encounters problems and they fight it and they win it there because it's a woman. Trust me, only women can do it. Again, nothing against my brothers here, but only a woman can do it. Again, I'll tell you one more thing, Chetan. The major problem any woman in politics faces is acceptance of leadership. Acceptance of women leadership is still not done. We have to accept that. For the women or for the young girls who want to come into politics, I think we as a society have to change our focus. See, I'm glad ABP today has a session with 4 women out here, recognizing us as the leaders and voice of our parties, whether it is BJP or Congress or DMK or TDP. ABP has recognized 4 women spokespersons, put them out here, voice out for your party. So I think this is an acceptance of women leadership. And I'm really glad that ABP has done, and thank you so much for doing. But again, this is what has to happen. Women leadership has to be accepted. No one does that, Chetan. बहुत बातें होते हैं, बहुत बातें होते हैं. There are only very few parties like Telugu Desam Party, or I think I can up to some extent say Bharatiya Janata Party. When it comes to giving tickets to women, they have their say. We have a certain, not up to that 33%, but yes, we cross that percentage when compared to other parties. I'm here, definitely I'll have to accept that. But certain other parties, all the other parties have to do it. अरे यार बोलो मत, मांगो मत, पहले दो तो आप, दे के तो देखो, सीट दे के तो देखो. When you give seats to women, then they win and come back. You have a strong voice up there in the policy making and decision making stance. What happens is we keep telling, Chetan, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know how many years Shama has to tell me, but how many years the women reservation bill was pending, Shama? I think some
reservation bill was
some
passed
years
in
together.
2010 when the UPA government was in power.
Yes.
It was passed in the Rajya Sabha. Unfortunately, we didn't have a majority in the Lok Sabha. But in 2014, this government came, it was there in their manifesto, we'll pass it. They had 10 years time, they had majority in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, but they did not pass it, the BJP, the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is the issue. It should have been passed by 2014.
No, one second.
Let me have to give others
not have a
No,
majority.
I'll tell you why I asked Shama that question, because I knew Shama would get this. But the point here is, we have been rattling it on it. Why are we literally begging for the women reservation bill? We have to get our due. Sorry for any other parties. Whether it is 33% or even less or even more. We are 50%. And अगर आप पूछोगे ना चेतन, सीधी तरीके से अगर कोई भी पार्टी है, मेरे पार्टी से लेके कोई भी पार्टी है, बॉस 50% वुमेन को दे दो, because we are 50% out there. आधा, तो आधा देना है. That's when you get more women leaders, and that's when you'll have the acceptance of women leadership. My point is that it's nothing against, the policies or things like that, but when you have more women, the women leadership is accepted. once you have the women leadership accepted, definitely things which will change for women politicians as well. Today we are struggling, no doubt about that. Struggle is there for us, and the same struggle is there in other professions also. I can see Bhargavi here. I think I know what kind of a struggle she undergoes in her career, and I know what kind of a struggle others undergo in their career. The same struggle we are undergoing, but because we are less in number, probably the struggles are more.
Yeah.
थोड़ा हमारा
Yeah.
number बढ़ा दो बस,
Okay.
इतना बोल दो ये बात.
I mean, women are very strong, man. I mean, ask any married man here, he will tell you.